Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Starcom Nexus. It's by WX3 Labs, and it's currently in early access on Steam for 15% off at $14.44 US, normally $16.99 US. Sci-fi top-down shooter game with some exploration and other things, shipbuilding and whatnot in it. And I've played about an hour off camera. I only intended to play maybe 20 minutes to get a hang of it, but it hooked me. It hooked me quite a bit. But I'm going to start a new game just so you guys can see what it looks like, because where I got to in the game, it was starting to slow down a bit, and there was kind of like a lot of things going on. So I wanted to start from the beginning so you can kind of see a lot of what the game has in store for you. So without further ado, let's do new game. And we'll get our name in here, and we'll call the vessel the Argo, I guess, for now. Finally got command of your own ship, eh, Memory? I guess it's really more of a shuttle, but I myself started on a station tug. At least yours is technically a starship. Kite Station isn't the most glamorous posting in Starcom, but like I said, we all start it somewhere. Yes, sir. What's my first mission? I think my assignment roster calls it a delivery, but sure, we can call it a mission if you like. Your mission is to deliver the cargo in your hold to Kite Station. I believe you've got a replacement water purification system, several tons of mixed mineral resources, and a few dozen crates from an archaeology dig on Marduk Beta 3. Super interesting stuff. When you get there, see the Commodore for additional missions. Alright, we'll get the cargo there right away. Better hurry, those archaeological artifacts are almost 2 million years old already. Okay, and we're kind of zoomed out right now, so I'm going to zoom us in as much as I can. And we do have the tutorials on. I'm not going to read the tutorial text because we kind of know what's going on here, but basically this is as far as I can zoom in at the moment. We want to head towards a little flashing number down here that says 1440 away. That is the station that we want to head towards to deliver our cargo. And it's WASD to move around. Everything is keyboard and mouse. The mouse is used to fire your weapons and obviously go through the menus and everything else. They give us a few asteroids here that we can test out our guns on. The guns fire wherever you've put your cursor here, as long as it's within range, obviously. There are a bunch of planets you'll see along the way. And eventually we'll get a scanner to scan the planets, and we'll be able to actually go down and send a team down to them. But right now they're just kind of easing me into it. And we'll also... Oh, I got something out of that asteroid. We'll tractor some resources in. That's odd, getting some strange readings from the sensors. Could be a solar flare. Helm control seems a bit off too. Take that, Space Rocks. Oh, sir, I don't mean to sound alarmed, but about 50 warning lights just lit up on my console. Also, something seems to be pulling us toward that giant glowing rift. Yep. And this is where it begins, friends. Where it begins. Oh, we destroyed that station by accident. What the hell just happened? Pardon my language, Commander. We've got damage reports coming in from all sections. Instruments are offline. Damage control teams are scrambling. Okay, nav computer is back online, but it's failing to resolve our position. It doesn't recognize the stellar configuration. Either it's broken or we're a long way from home. It's sad to lose crew members. Also, with fewer hands on deck, repairs will go slower. Next time we visit Kite Station, you should ask the Commodore whether she can assign us replacements. Okay. Fly around a little bit here. You might be getting the gist of the story right now as we go. Scanners have picked up another Starcom signal. Looks like it's Kite Station. Maybe they know what happened. I marked it on the HUD. Intruder, you are in Chitic-controlled space. Identify yourself immediately or be destroyed. I am Memory, a human representative of Starcom. We are an organization of peaceful exploration. One of our research outposts was just destroyed, and here you are, an unidentified ship in our territory. Explain this. We were pulled into this region by a rift in space. I think that rift also destroyed your outpost. A rift in space pulled your ship to the exact point in space occupied by our research outpost, thereby destroying it? That is incredible. Do you believe us? Our universal translator system may be having some issues with your language. Does incredible not mean not credible? Not exactly. It means amazing or fantastic. I think it is telling that your language is as deceptive as its speakers. We believe you are agents of the Sarid. Disable your weapon systems and await our incredibly peaceful response. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, dude. We are going to defend ourselves from your incredibly peaceful response by shooting the shit out of you, if I can manage it without getting myself destroyed in the process. You can see our hull and energy down below. The weapons obviously consume energy. Don't have shields yet, so everything is hull damage, but the nice thing is the number just above that is the crew, and so long as I have crew, and the more crew I have, the better, the hull will get repaired. So you don't have to worry too much right now. But that said, we do need to find our way to that station and meet up with some of our buddy pals here. Let's do that. And it's slow right now, but we'll be able to get upgrades for our ship that will allow me to afterburn and go a little bit faster and all those things. It actually doesn't take very long. One of the nice things about this is the first hour or so is actually pretty fairly compact in that you can get it on your feet pretty quickly and get a good gist of what's going on. So here's Kite Station. We'll press X to dock. Alright, and here's our docking area. And first thing we're going to do, you can see there's like station notes here, and the station's on emergency power and all kinds of things that are going on, which is kind of nice. You can see different background things happening. We're going to talk to the station commander, Commander Miranda Price. You must be Memory. When we detected the Starcom vessel, I was hoping it was Captain Lee. No offense, but the Byzantium is a warship. We had no ships docked at the station when, well, whatever that was happened. But, I think they need to rework that sentence, because that does. There's a few too many prepositions in there, I think. It looks like you're the only starship we've got. Well, the Argo is a small ship, but my crew and I are ready for anything. That's the attitude I want to see. I hope for all our sake you're right. Whatever that rift was, we're in bad shape. Speaking of the rift, what the hell was it? I have no idea. A lot of our data banks were completely fried by the event, but I'm pretty sure we never had any record of a rift in space that pulls ships into another galaxy. So here's our situation. Based on our initial encounters with a race called the Chitic, we're in unfriendly territory. We're low on resources, we've lost a lot of our technical data, we're stranded in another galaxy. We've got only one starship, yours, and it's terrible. She's straight to the point there. What do you need us to do? First, get yourself to the shipyard. You're authorized to use any of the minerals you brought that we didn't use for repairs to make upgrades to your ship. Make sure you get a surveyor module installed because your next task is to do a survey of the planets in the system. See if there's anything that we can use or that might pose a threat. then report back your findings. Okay, so we can go to the shipyard. Welcome to the shipyard. Thanks to your cargo, we can make some upgrades to your ship. The ship configuration system is pretty self-explanatory. We have a lossless materials recycler, so feel free to experiment with different builds. You won't lose resources. To simplify ship build-out, you can start with a blueprint. Since you're going to be doing surveys, I suggest a light surveyor. So here's where I actually like what they've done with the game. Normally, I'm not big on the whole design your own starship thing, because especially in a 2D game, because it's like I always feel very constrained, and it's just, you know, I want a nimble, agile ship, but I also want all the stuff, all the, you know, the fixins, and it's usually not fun to do for me personally in a 2D plane to make these ships up. But what I like about this is it's lossless, so I can remove the engine, I can remove all the components from the ship and put them all back on again. I won't lose any resources in the process of doing that. A lot of games have it where you sort of sell things back and then you have to buy them back, but you buy them back for a higher price than what you sold them for, and then so you're kind of penalized for trying all kinds of different things. This game thankfully is like, you know what, no, just make what you want to make based on what resources you have. We're not going to steal resources from you, just, you know, just do it, just experiment, and I like that. The other thing I like is that they do have blueprints here. So as you go through the game, you'll get blueprints. I'm not sure exactly how you get them. I don't know if I research them or if I find them. I'm not sure. But it's really nice because I could just, if I wanted to, I could just click on the light surveyor like they said, and I can say load selected, and it'll just load that in, and then I don't have to do any shipbuilding at all. It's right there and ready to go. You can even save your current design if you want to, and all kinds of other things. So very cool stuff there. I actually kind of hope, I don't know if they're going to do this, but I actually kind of hope that they integrate this with the Steam marketplace, because it'd be really nice if you could come in here and say, hey, go find someone else's blueprint, upload a blueprint and bring theirs down, and then you could have things like Starship Enterprise in there and stuff that people will spend time doing. But even if they don't have that, I still appreciate that they're like, you know what, if you really don't like building ships, here you go. Here's all the ships you want, and they've got all kinds of different configurations here: light frigates, interceptors, destroyers, flash scouts, cruisers, broadsiders, dreadnoughts, galaxy explorers. All kinds of stuff. So it's really cool. I like that they've done this. It allows you. It's a quality of life thing where if you don't want to waste your time on this, you don't have to, and that's very nice, I think. I am going to kind of take I'm just going to do the light surveyor here, because it's pretty much what I want. The only thing is this is a reactor. Bridge is here. We got 2 guns. And then they put the surveyor module on the front. See, the only thing I want to change from this is not have the surveyor module on the front, because modules can take damage and have to be repaired. So I want to, I just want to get rid of that there, because I want the front for other things. So I can kind of do this, and then I can go surveyor module here, reactor behind it, and then 2 engines, like that. So a slight modification to what they had. But you see, it's as easy as that, and I like that this will work out really well for me. So, and you can see all our resources that we have over here, and all those things. So, and there is a module limit, but that limit I think you can upgrade as you go. We can go to the command again. We can talk to the chief engineer if we want to, so let's just do that. And he'll just give me any tips on the ship layout and stuff, and he'll tell you like, oh, here's how that stuff works, which is cool. All right, we'll leave the station, and now our job is to survey the planets in this system. So we will do those things, and we've got a planet right here to do. So we'll come on over, and we'll hit X to scan it, and we'll get this cool little scan overlay. So Class D planet, no surface anomalies detected. And then There's icons all along on the edge of the map here, or the screen here. That's other planets and other things. You know, the star obviously is a asterisk-looking thing there, and then these other things are usually planets that haven't been explored yet, and all those things. So here we've got a Class A2 planet. And we found a surface anomaly, so here's where we can launch a survey team. And this is where we get into sort of the, I guess, more RPG sort of thing, where it's like, hey, here's the encounter, and how do you resolve it and get resources and all those things. So the source of the anomaly signal is an overgrown, abandoned research lab. The upper levels of the lab have been ruined by centuries of exposure to the elements, but in an underground facility, the team finds what appears to be an intact AI core. The team's xenotechnician thinks he can either restart the core or cut out the memory banks and try to extract the data. So I can either have him reboot the AI and see what it can tell us, or better not risk activating a hostile AI, just get the data. I'm going to say, just get the data. While the technician is disappointed he won't get to talk to an artificial alien mind from centuries ago, the data cores are a jackpot. There's a large amount of technical data that will be of enormous use to the Kite Research Lab. The team is also able to salvage some useful minerals from the equipment. So we got 10 chirolite, 60 titanium, and 120 research points. Research points will be very useful for us to research new technologies. And then we got one more planet to take a look at. We'll see the research tree once I return to Kite Station here. I also like that when we pass by the star, they actually have a... This is one of the few times when I like that they have lens flare as you go past something, because it really does... Like, this game is quite beautiful for a 2D top-down game. Like, everything in this game so far has been very, very nicely done, very beautiful. You know, the artwork and stuff, so kudos all around there. The music could use some work, and I say that as lovingly as I can. It's serviceable. You know, it's not making me jump out of my seat and applaud. We'll put it that way. So, planet anomaly. The source of the anomalous readings is a small, dense titanium sphere, which contains a transmitter emitting short, regular bursts at 1420 megahertz. No other artificial objects were detected to explain the sphere's presence. How odd. We got 40 titanium out of that sphere. Alright, and now we will head back to the station. Oh, and we got hostiles that have just popped in. Let's defend ourselves. Got two of them. Try to defend ourselves. Let's not take so many shots, huh? There we go. He's down, and then we tractor in all his remains. Hopefully these guys aren't doing a ton of damage. These are just scouts. Alright. But I do want to make sure they don't kill my crew, because that will make repairs very, very difficult to deal with. Alright, we'll head back to the station here. And here's where, after we go through this little dialogue and they show us the research tree, here's where the game will start to open up now. Like I said, they've managed to condense a lot of the stuff into the first hour here, and then, but without making it like feel like, oh, I'm constantly stuck in tutorial land. It's just, you know, hey, here's all the stuff you need to know, and we're sweet and to the point here. Talk to the commander. I reviewed your logs from the system survey. That abandoned lab is interesting for two reasons. One, it suggests there are other civilizations in this region besides the Chittick. Maybe some of them are less hostile. And two, it seems like you found a treasure trove of research data. Which leads me to an update. I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that our own research lab is up and running again. And the bad news? A lot of our technical data seems to have been lost when the rift fried our systems, but Lieutenant Commander Pillman says that we can recover a lot of it using research data you discover here. So make lots of the scientific discoveries to your to-do list. But first, head over to the research lab and see what you can do with what you found so far. Alright, we'll also talk to the research chief. I'm not sure if you knew this, but we were recently pulled through a rift in space that wiped out most of our databanks. As you might expect, I have my hands full. Yeah, the guy's a bit of a dick. How'd you get that scar? Have you checked out that pottery we brought in? Pretty interesting. Let's do that. I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic, but actually ceramic archaeology, they spelled archaeology wrong, is a hobby of mine, and I asked August to send that pottery. And no, I haven't looked at it yet because I'm extremely busy. Is there anything else? How'd you get that scar? The tissue on the right side of my face has been worn away by a litany of inane questions. Is there anything else? Yes. Bit of a dick, as I said. Research. I am Lieutenant Commander Pillman, head of the research lab, but you may call me Dr. Pillman. The data you have uncovered during your errands will allow me to recover some of our lost technologies and possibly discover new ones. The Commodore has decided that you, a ship's commander with no science background, should choose the direction of our research because you are, quote, in the field, as she put it. Unlike the shipyard, once we research the technology, those points are locked in. We can't unresearch something, so choose carefully. Personally, I'd suggest researching turbo thrusters if nothing else. They'll let your ship get somewhere in a hurry if you need to, or get away, as the case may be. But I only have 2 doctorates, so you may know better. Yeah, he's a little salty, just a little bit. But he does have a good idea of using the turbo thrust, which will allow us to allow me to hold down shift, and actually, it's basically an afterburner. And we have 120 research points, so let's do that. Research the tech. And there it is, research complete. Good job, I officially promote you to research grad student. If you have questions, you can contact me from command, but I am rather busy at the moment. Sorry to interrupt the science, sir, but Commodore Price has an update for you. When you're finished here, head to command section. Okay, we will do that. Command. Oh, she's not a commander, she's a Commodore. I was wondering what that acronym was. All right, here we go. Commodore. Our long-range scanners have detected a warp nexus in this sector. It definitely wasn't here when we arrived. I don't know whether this is part of the phenomenon we encountered earlier or the result of your activities in the system. I hope it's a way back to Starcom space, but even if it leads to another sector here in Xeno, as my crew is calling this region, I still want to know what's on the other side. Okay, we'll take our ship into it. If it leads to another system, take a look around before reporting back. Hopefully you'll find some friendlies, or at least some more resources. Before heading out, make sure to do any tech research or ship upgrades you might need, just in case. Okay, well, we've done that, so let's go leave the station. And if I hit my map here, which is a very, very cool map, I like how they've done this. It feels almost it almost feels like Homeworld-esque, except it's, you know, it's got kind of the like outline stuff. It's like you're looking at a map table kind of thing, which I kind of like, but it's also, you know, very functional, and it matches the aesthetic of everything else. Turbo thrust. Hold down shift while moving forward to engage. T to lock on or off. Now, I've tried to lock on or off with T, but it doesn't seem to work, so I don't know. We're heading towards this purple thing, by the way. So I don't know if that's just not working right now, or if I'm doing it wrong. Like, I do this and I hold down shift and then... Oh, I think I see what's going on. So if I hit T... Ah, I see what's happening. Alright. So it's only... I thought by lock on it meant it would stay on and I didn't have to hold down W. But no, you still have to hold down W. It's just... when you hit W, you'll be boosting instead of normal speed. Okay. I understand now. Oh, and we got an enemy coming in. We're in a new system. I like how they have the coordinates and the date on the screen and everything else too. That's cool. Let's see if we can take this ne'er-do-well out. Oh, it's a cargo ship. Oh, even better. Give me all your cargo. All of it. I shall pirate your cargo. There we go. Titanium. Lots. I got yttrium and titanium, so I'd say that was a good haul. Let's come on over to this planet. This beautiful purple and brown planet, and survey it. Oh, we got more hostiles coming in. And there's a surface anomaly, but we're not sending anybody down until I take care of these guys. Let's get some speed on. Okay, he's down. And then this guy. There we go. Nice little scout ships, so we don't have too much of a problem here. Okay, so we pulled in some things. Let's go send a team down. Oh, there's another thing. More titanium. And a rocky plateau with unusual density readings turns out to be a disguised and apparently abandoned military fortress. Scans detect a faint energy source coming from within. Have the team force their way in. It's too risky. Return to the ship for now. Well, no pain, no gain, right? Have the team force their way in. The hidden fortress was no longer manned, but the team's rough entrance activated a number of automated defense drones which opened fire. The drones had apparently kept other raiders at bay. In the fortress's storerooms was a large amount of military equipment. The equipment was antiquated by our standards, but could be recycled into useful mineral resources. So we lost one crew, but we gained 52 titanium, 12 chirolite, and 42 cobalt 60. So, you know, we traded a squishy human for some resources that can be used for the betterment of us all. So, a fair trade, I'd say. Possibly not for that person's family, but, you know, a fair trade all in all. Let's head on over to this other planet. Discovery, neutrino bending. This otherwise normal-looking high-temperature star is emitting a small number of neutrinos with a highly curved path. It's almost as if the star is throwing out curveballs. I got 90 research points for looking at the star. Hey, how about that? I got research points for stargazing. I didn't even realize that would happen. Cool. Cool. Another warp hole over there. And then we got another planet that needs a little survey. No surface anomalies. Alright, we'll move along. Top speed. Make sure I don't use up all my energy, because if I do run into somebody, I got it, you know. The energy is used not only for the engines, but also for the guns. This is a gas giant, so I don't expect to find anything here. I'll scan anyway. The core of this gas giant is registering neutrino emissions consistent with deuterium fusion, despite being not being they're gonna have to work on that sentence, I think. Nearly massive enough for stellar nucleosynthesis. It's possible, and I lost that. Okay. Alright, it's possible things happen, but I got 90 research points, so there you go. Bonus. And we got one more planet to look at. It's a bit of a hop, skip, and a jump over here. And so we shall do it. And then we'll head back to the other system just because we can. I mean, I could stick around and just go to other systems, but I'm gonna do this jump so I can go and get some research done. Alright. Class D planets. No surface anomalies. Okay. If you insist. So we just gotta go back to this little thing here in front of us, and that will take us back to our home system, our new home system. Very nice. Very, very nice. And you have to burn me up to here. Do a little docking. Okay. So we'll go to research. And what do we have? We got 225 points. So I'm going to get gyroscope control because that will improve my ship handling. And I will get antimatter injection because that will increase the thrust of our engines by additional 25%. Let's do that. Cool. Alright, and then that gives me access to like improved engines and efficiency and inertial dampeners and whatnot. So we're we're making our way along here, and it's a rather large tree. You can see there's energy conversion, high energy bolts. Like I could do some plasma weapon stuff, which might be a good idea as we go, because we're going to get a bunch of other heavy hitters coming our way. And I've got as many modules as I'm going to be able to have right now. We'll talk to the commander again. We could use more crew. Alright. So we got 2 more crew, so we're back up to 15, which is good. How's the station morale? Holding together, news of your discoveries are giving everyone hope, but nerves are starting to fray a bit. Have you learned anything else about the rift? I'm afraid not. Not only did it fry out databanks that might have held any prior reports, a lot of our sensors were damaged, so we don't even really know what happened. Okay. Cool. Alright. And now we basically have the run of the universe at this point. So we're going to do just a little bit longer. The game has shown you pretty much what you're going to see, at least for a little while, but if I go to this next system, we might start to see some bigger enemy ships, which will be nice, because I'll get some resources out of it. Also, was that another? No, that's another planet. Okay. I'm going to say. Yeah, I want to go through this. I want to jump to the next system here. And hopefully we'll run into a bunch of bigger ships that you can then see a little bit more what the game has in store. There we go. Very nice. And there's an autosave that happens every time you jump through one of those. So you don't have to worry too much about saving and whatnot. I don't even know if you can manually save. Ooh. Gas giant, C-class. Wow, this is a freaking gas giant. Now let's survey that. No surface anomalies. I wouldn't expect any on a gas giant because there's no surface. Here we go. Here comes an enemy. Let's see what we got. There's another little scout. That's fine. You see how you can blow pieces of the ship apart, which is very helpful for the larger ships. And you encounter them. And there's another scout here. Huh? See if we can go after this guy. The problem I always have with mouse control on these is I always forget, and I keep firing into one spot and not realizing, oh, I'm supposed to move the mouse a little bit more. If I want to fire it where it's going to make some difference. And another scout. Also, I am very low on energy, which is not good. Come on, energy. Come on, energy. Right, this guy is bugging out a little bit here. He's really bugging out. Forcing me to use my energy. Come here, you little bugger. Come on. Come on. Where's he at? I'm using up all the energy I would use to shoot this guy with. And you do take collision damage too, so you do have to be careful. Mission log. One of my duties is maintain the ship's mission log of planetary surveys, discoveries, communications, transcripts, etc. You can access the log from ship status console. Press Q to open the ship status. Oh, okay. And if you're going a long distance and need to take your hands off the command console, the ship has auto thrust. Oh, C is the auto thrust. See, they didn't give me that information before. Interesting. Alright, so Q, mission log, ship status, max hull, current integrity, energy reserves, okay, or DPS and everything. Mission log. If you're going a long distance. Oh, okay, this is just notifications I've had. Alright, cool. So Awesome. All right. Cool. Let's try C out. Yeah, auto thrust. Very nice. I was hoping the game would have something like that. See, I didn't encounter those help tips the last time around. So it must have just required me to be far away from all the things in the system. Am I chasing after that guy? So cool. That works. That helps a lot. I don't have to keep my finger on the W key, which is nice. Alright, let's go. We do have another enemy ship coming in. And it's another little scout dude. Come on. Just need a good bead on him. What it comes down to. There we go. Brush by the star too in case it gives me some data. But also we have another planet to look at. Class A2 planet. Oops, surface anomaly. Let's go take a look at it. This temperate moon shows evidence of several extremely low-tech vertebrate species. But off the shoreline of a small freshwater lake is an artifact of an advanced civilization, a massive, translucent, cube-like structure. The energy reading suggests it is actively doing something. Attempt to remove a sample of the structure for analysis. Scan the structure with sonar. Scan the structure with LiDAR. Well, sonar would be just sounding, which, I mean, it's translucent, so we kind of know where it's at and where it's in there, but maybe LiDAR will work? At first, the LiDAR's beams seemed to scatter off the structure in random patterns, but after careful observation, the team's engineer realized the patterns were mathematical descriptions of the structure's geometry. After trial and error, he discovered that transmitting the pattern representing the opposite side of the structure would cause a part of the artifact to slide back. Finally, when all sides had been solved, the structure opened, revealing a trove of resources and valuable data. Oh. 47 Trillite, 48 gold, and 60 research points. Well, there you go. There you go with that one. Good job all around. High fives all around, research team. High fives. Like I said, let me brush past the star here. Oh, we have another enemy coming in, don't we? Alright, let's just head for them. I assume if I don't know if you fly past the star or if you can actually crash into it, so I'm trying not to press my luck with it. Oh, this is a big dude. It's a real big dude. That's a space station, it looks like. There you go. You get to see what a bigger structure looks like as I rip it to shreds here, or attempt to anyway. Try not to get hit so many times. That would be nice. I'll also preserve some of my energy. I can actually fire my weapons. Trying to stay at maximum range as much as I can here. And also give my repair teams time to repair the hull. Between shots. There we go. We seem to be doing some damage. It certainly. Oh! I banged into it. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, we broke a piece of it off. Okay. Do have some smoke coming off my one gun there. So I'm gonna let that repair a little bit. Dive back in here. There we go. Some more explosions. I don't know if that was enough to destroy it. Not quite. Still firing on me. Oh, and we got another little scout guy here I have to take care of. But both my guns are smoking here, so let's let them repair a little bit. Also, the scout guy is coming after me. Probably take him out before we. There we go. All that lovely stuff. Alright, now we can head back to this guy. We got some repairs done. Pretty close to being able to take him out. There it is. That's got it. Alright, now we can survey this planet that it was in orbit of and also take all its stuff. Gold, technical data, tritium, titanium. The debris from that ship suggests the Chittic are less technologically advanced than we are, but they have a number of novel techniques we can learn from. And I got 45 research points. Bang! Take that. And we got a surface anomaly on this planet, so go on down and do what we do best. On approach, heat plumes and seismic readings suggest this structure is some kind of mining facility. No life signs are immediately detected, although heavy dust makes visual and sensor observations tricky. Alright, approach with caution. It seems that this is an automated mining facility operated only by low-level drones who ignore the team's presence. Deep-bore drills bring yttrium ore to the surface, which the drones collect and process. Judging by the material composition of the equipment, this is a Chittic facility. Alright, so we can either collect the processed ore, but leave the facility intact, or collect the processed ore and dismantle the facility for resources, which seems like a better idea because, hey, you know, why leave a facility here for the Chittic, right? If they're going to be our enemy, let's take all their stuff. The drones put up no resistance to being dismantled, and the team is able to extract a non-trivial amount of titanium from them. Cool. So 23 yttrium and 125 titanium. And more importantly, the Chittic no longer have a mining operation on that planet. Or a station orbiting it. Hurt them every which way we can is my goal. Alright. Class L planetoid. With another surface anomaly. Okay. This lifeless planetoid has little atmosphere, both literally and figuratively. Some time ago, the fragments of a meteor were distributed over a wide area. Scattered among the chunks of iron and nickel, or are small amounts of platinum, which the survey team is able to recover. 9 platinum. Cool. Cool. Alright, and we have one more. It looks like we have one more planet to explore here. And so we shall. And then I'm going to make my way back to the station so that I can put some of this deliciousness to use. We did lose a crew member at some point, because we're down to 14. But that is okay. That's part of the deal. That's A4 planet, unsurveyed. And another surface anomaly. Cool, there was a surface anomaly on pretty much every planet in the system. The wreck of a small craft lies just below the sea surface near a cluster of rocky islands. Surface scans suggest that it has been there for some time. Among the island's small forests, the team spot a group of quadrupeds, curiously observing the lander. Try to communicate with the quadrupeds? The lander's universal translator facilitates some basic communication with the quadrupeds. One member, possibly a tribal elder, has a story that she feels is very important to convey. 2 blue-eyed sisters and their little brother swam in a line in a sunset sea. The little brother kept a dark secret in greenstone water. The fishermen came and tried to coax the secret from him, but learned too late that the green water must not run. They sailed away too late and wrecked their skiff off our shores, lest the green water pollute the whole ocean. When the fishermen came, we will tell them this story. The team's xenoculture expert observes that the story has figurative and grammatical aspects that do not appear in the quadruped's normal speech. She speculates that it may be their attempt to preserve a narrative given to them by the wreck's survivors. Alright, send a diver to explore the wreck. The wreck appears to have been breached shortly after crashing. It is in remarkably good condition despite having apparently been flooded with seawater for what might have been centuries. The craft appears to be only outfitted for a short-range travel, possibly a support vessel or a large life pod. While none of the equipment works, it does provide some useful data. And we got 15 research points. Cool. And we got a little story out of it too. Why not? Why not indeed? And yeah, I think I want to go back to our... I mean, I'm right next to the other thing that leads to another system here, so maybe we'll just go through that. Why not? Why not? We're right there. We'll take a little peek-see and then press our luck a little bit and then then head back to the kite station, wherever it is. Gas giant C-class. Alright, we'll do a quick scan of it. Something within this planet is broadcasting a powerful EM signal. We can detect no pattern, but its strength alone gives us some new data about the lower atmosphere of gas giants. Alright, 50 research points. Kabang, I say. So there is a... Ooh, what is this? Nothing like this structure in our database. Maybe one of the civilizations in this galaxy is really into abstract minimalist sculpture. Yeah, that's interesting. It's like an atmosphere. Or actually like an atomic symbol kind of rotating around in space. Okay. And there's another plus symbol up here too. I'm interested in taking a look at. I'm assuming it's a station of some sort. Because it's blue and it's not red, so... Alien Explorer neutral. Okay, press X to hail. On behalf of the Saurid Republic, we bid you greetings. Who are you and what are your intentions? Oh, Saurid, as in dinosaurs. Okay. We are human representatives of Starcom and we come in peace. We do not know of the Starcom Collective, but accept your intentions of peace. How is it we have not encountered your kind before? We were transported to this region by a rift in space. Interesting. We have warp nexuses here that can be used to travel great distances, but what you describe is unknown to us. We would speak with you further, but we are on a search and rescue mission for one of our survey vessels, which is not reported in. Alright, good luck with your search. I guess I'm not going to help him search for it, but that's fine. We'll just survey some planets. And there's a surface anomaly here. Okay. The anomaly detected from orbit turned out to be a very weak distress signal from a group of reptilian scientists trapped in a crevasse. They identify themselves as Saurid scientists whose survey vessel was damaged in a surprise attack. They have been stranded for some time and are running low on supplies. Offer to take them aboard the Argo and bring them to their people. Sure. They enthusiastically accept your offer, glad to not spend another night freezing their scaled posteriors off in a frozen crevasse. Yeah, I would imagine so. Which we found the survey team looking for them, so maybe I can go right down to that ship there, because maybe they were the ones that were searching. Let's see what happens. Let's go over here and hail them and see if these are the scientists that they're looking for. Possibly not the drones they're looking for, but possibly the scientists they're looking for. Saurid Explorer. We would speak to you further. We are on research and rescue mission for one of our survey vessels. We have rescued your missing survey team and will transfer them to your vessel immediately. Our lost brethren, you have done tremendous service to the Saurid Republic. Please accept these minerals as token of our gratitude. 50 gold. Okay. The planet where you located the missing team is one we had already passed by. Your detection capabilities must be more advanced than our own. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? We have some questions about the races of this region. Which race in particular? Tell us about yourselves. The Saurid mastered interstellar travel millennia ago, but we officially record history from the formation of our republic only 500 years ago. Since then, we have dedicated ourselves to the peaceful pursuit of science. We have, however, been forced to defend ourselves from the Chittick expansion. Yeah, we've had some run-ins with them. The Chittick are a most difficult race. Like the insects they descend from, they seek to expand, swarm, and consume. Their ships are not as powerful as ours, but they make up for it in numbers. Oh, they're basically Zerg, I guess. They have recently become more aggressive in this region. We believe they have established a forward base near 12.7 by -6.8. Oh, it gave me actual coordinates. Most Saurid captains think we should eliminate the base now, before the Chittick can reinforce their position, but our civilian government has not authorized it. On the other claw, if a third party were to destroy the base, I understand. We'll see what we can do. Please understand, I make no request of you, but if that base did not exist, things would be much easier for us. No more questions about that. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? I could trade with them, but no, we'll be on our way. Cool. See, all it takes a little friend. Find a friend in the region, or possible friend. Although they kind of want me to destroy their worst enemy for them, so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how this friendship is going to turn out, though. Class R planet. Another surface anomaly. Okay. Love how they've got the star shining off the planet. You can see the dark side. In a crater-scarred valley, the team finds an enormous derelict starship. Whether it crashed here after a battle or landed to make repairs and never took off again is unclear. What is clear is that it's a potential treasure trove of resources too rich to ignore. Alright. The outer hull is on the verge of disintegration from centuries of longer of exposure to the elements, but some of the inner decks yield large quantities of valuable material. And they spelled material wrong there. Attached to the ship's drive is a strange device, a set of 4 concentric rings encased in a translucent sphere, like some kind of gyroscope. The team carefully separates the artifact from the drives for return to the ship. And we got titanium, gold, and yttrium for it. Cool. Cool. Doing rather well, I'd say. The artifact we found on that spaceship seems to be an interface between a ship's navigational system and something else, although I'm not sure what yet. Alright, oh, even more research for us to research. Let's brush by the star on our way to this planet. Oh, I guess, well, yeah, let's kind of brush by the star if we can. I know it's not really on the way to the planet, but I just want to see if I get any research points for it. Okay, no, I didn't. That's fine. This is fine. Except this planet, and I think this is the last planet here, so then we'll just head back. No surface anomalies. Cool. Alright. Let's head back to Starcom, because we have a bunch of discoveries that we have made. Put my auto thrust on, now I remember that's there. Whoa, 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 Nexus gateway. Whoa, what the? Whoa, that artifact we found on a derelict spaceship just spun up. It looks like that enormous structure is generating its own warp nexus. Ah, okay, so the spinning structure is a warp gate. Can I... Will it... oh, press X to set Nexus destination. Yes. So then I can, instead of jumping through all these systems directly, I can... how do I get over to Starcom here? I want to, how do I move the map? I guess I can't, oh, I guess I gotta zoom out to do it. Alright, so yeah, come back here. Nexus Gateway. Cool, that's where I want to go. Thanks again. Ah, nice little fast travel. I like it. And it's also rather convenient because it gets me all the way back to where I wanted to be. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I like the I like the you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not attention to detail, but the which is certainly a thing, but the quality of life stuff that they've put into the game. I like it. All right, let's talk to the Commodore. Your first officer transmitted your mission logs to us as soon as you were back in range, and I just finished reviewing them. Looks like you found a non-hostile race and opened a line of dialogue. Well done. Starcom protocol has some strict guidelines on the amount of involvement we can have with non-allied races, but you're the one in the field. What do you think? I'll try to play by the book, but no promises, or I think these are extenuating circumstances. If we ever make it back to Starcom space, you can say I did it on my own. There you go. I'm not leaving you out to dry. I'll trust your judgment and back you up. Was there anything else? We can use more crew. Thank you. And house station morale. Holding together. Okay, cool. So let's go to research. And what I would like is some... What do we have? 195 points. Let's get some... So plasma venting would give me faster weapon fire, right? Yeah. Get another half shot per second of fire. Magnetic focus does what? Decreases the spread of our plasma bolts for better accuracy. Plasma coherence increases the range of our plasma turrets. That would be actually really good. High energy bolts increases the damage of each plasma bolt from 4 to 6. Increase the energy per shot from 2.75 to 3. Okay. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's do the plasma coherence as well. I have a feeling I'm going to need some guns here. Rail accelerators modifies all our plasma turrets to use a railgun acceleration system for faster projectiles, which improves accuracy. Yeah, that would improve accuracy, I think. But I need 50 for that, and I have 40. Stellar Engineering Scout Class allows construction of ships of up to 12 modules. That's 45. Okay, so this is where we go for to get more modules on our ships. Armor constructions 80, battle ready systems improves the performance of damaged modules with a minimum module effectiveness of 25%. Okay. And then special projects, which we don't know about yet. Extreme survival, what's that? Allows our survey teams to land on planets with extreme environmental conditions. Oh, I see. So, improved scanning. Allows us to increase our detection ability, allowing us to spot both threats and celestial objects from further away. Advanced life support. Reduces the chances of losing crew during combat. Away missions are still pretty dangerous. Requires abstract applications. Okay, well, don't I have that? Oh, no, I don't. Concrete applications for some theoretical modules, giving small bonuses to scanner range, repair rate, and energy reserves. Alright, let's take that. Cool. Okay, so then that gives me access to all these other things. Tractor beam splitter. Allows our tractor beam to track 2 objects simultaneously, increases the range and speed. Okay, cool. So that's all like nice little things for when we're collecting stuff and whatnot. Cool. Cool, cool. Alright, back to command. The Commodore wants to talk to us again. I just read your log on these Nexus gateways. I don't want to get my hopes up, but who or whatever constructed them had some incredible level of technology. If anything can get us home, these gateways might be the clue. Investigate any more that you find. And good job finding the artifact that activates them, by the way. Was there anything else? No, that's all. Thank you. Alright, cool. Very cool. So, this, my friends, has been, quit the menu. This, my friends, has been Starcom Nexus. It is by WX3 Labs and is currently in early access on Steam for 15% off at $14.44, normally $16.99 US. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.